Article 46 Family Code of the Philippines states that any of the following circumstances shall constitute fraud, referred in number 3 of the preceding article. Non-disclosure of a previous conviction by final judgment of the other party of a crime involving moral turpitude. Concealment by the wife of the fact that at the time of the marriage she was pregnant by a man other than her husband. Concealment of a sexually transmissible disease, regardless of its nature, existing at the time of the marriage. Or concealment of drug addiction, habitual alcoholism or homosexuality, or lesbianism existing at the time of marriage. No other misrepresentation or deceit as to character, health, rank, fortune, or chastity shall constitute such fraud as will give grounds for action for the annulment of marriage. So basically, Article 46 is just a continuation of Article 45, number 3. In fact, it specifically enumerates those fraud which are grounds for the annulment. It also mentioned how to extinguish the action to annul a marriage by means of ratification. Now, first, we must be able to understand what is this fraud as ground for annulment. Fraud as a ground for annulment of marriage. It refers to non-disclosure or concealment of some facts deemed material to the marital relations. It must be distinguished from fraud in ordinary contracts. Article 46, paragraph 2 is clear that no other fraud not mentioned herein is a ground for annulment. The enumeration is exclusive and restrictive. Now let us discuss one by one those types of fraud. The first that was mentioned is the non-disclosure of previous conviction. So in order for the non-disclosure of a previous conviction as a ground for annulment of the marriage, there are two requisites to be qualified. First, there must be conviction by final judgment. The second is the crime must involve moral turpitude. So what are those crimes that involve moral turpitude? So moral turpitude is any act done contrary to justice, honesty, principle, or good moral. Like for example, concubinage, bigamy, rape, or murder. So the second ground is the concealment of pregnancy. Pregnancy by another man at the time of the marriage is not a ground for annulment per se, but it is the concealment of such fact. Thus, if the bride was not aware that she was pregnant by another man is no fraud. There is no fraud when the groom was aware or could have been aware of the bride's pregnancy. It has been held that it is only in 6 months of pregnancy that the roundness of the abdomen is more general and apparent. So let us discuss some relevant cases on the concealment of pregnancy. So in the case of Bukat versus Bukat, where the husband filed a petition for nullity of marriage, alleging that her wife concealed her pregnancy with another man at the time of their marriage. The Supreme Court denied the petition. It ruled that plaintiff's claim that he did not even suspect the pregnancy of the defendant was held to be unbelievable, it having been proven that the latter, or the wife, was already in an advanced stage of pregnancy, which is on its seventh month at the time of their marriage. So there was no concealment in this case because pregnancy of the wife at the time of their marriage was pretty obvious and the husband have already known of such fact. Now in the case of Aquilino versus Delizo, the Supreme Court ruled that the lower court erred in denying the petition for nullity of marriage, where the wife was alleged to be only more than 4 months pregnant at the time of her marriage to the plaintiff. At that stage, we are not prepared to say that her pregnancy was readily apparent, especially since she was naturally plump or fat as alleged by plaintiff. As claimed by plaintiff, defendant is naturally plump, he could hardly be expected to know, merely by looking, whether or not she was pregnant at the time of their marriage, more so because she must have attempted to conceal the true state of affairs. In the case of Anaya versus Palaruan, the court resolved the question of whether or not the non-disclosure to a wife by her husband of his premarital relationship with another woman was a ground for annulment of marriage. So the court ruled that non-disclosure of husband's premarital relationship with another woman is not one of the enumerated circumstances that would constitute a ground for annulment. So let us move to the third type of fraud is this the concealment of a sexually transmissible disease or STD. So affliction with a serious and incurable sexually transmissible disease or STD by itself at the time of marriage under Article 45 paragraph 5 is already a ground of annulment. In Article 46 number 3, whether it is serious and incurable or not, as long as it is concealed, it is a ground for annulment. So let us move to the number 4. It is the concealment of drug addiction, habitual alcoholism, homosexuality, or lesbianism. So if the fact of drug addiction, habitual alcoholism, homosexuality, or lesbianism existing at the time of marriage is not concealed and is not known to other party, it is not a ground for annulment of marriage. So in the case of Almilor versus the Regional Trial Court of Las Piñas City, where the wife filed a petition for nullity of marriage on the ground that her husband is a homosexual and such a fact was hidden from her at the time of their marriage. So the court emphasizes that it is the concealment of homosexuality and not homosexuality per se that vitiates the consent of the innocent party, and such concealment presupposes bad faith and intent to defraud the other party in giving consent to the marriage. The plaintiff failed to prove that such homosexuality was present or already existing at the time of their marriage. So who may file annulment on the ground of fraud? The action can only be filed by the injured party or the party who was not responsible for the fraud, meaning the party that was innocent. So the prescriptive period, it must be filed within 5 years after the discovery of the fraud. Then subject to ratification by freely cohabiting with the guilty spouse as husband and wife after the discovery of the fraud. So what is ratification? It refers to the act of knowingly giving sanction or affirmance to an act that would otherwise cause for an action. So the effect of ratification is to make their marriage valid and subsisting, and it is as if the injured party freely or fully accepts such facts. In summary, Article 46 enumerates exclusively those fraud which are grounds for annulment. This article wishes to emphasize that it is the concealment or non-disclosure of the facts, not the facts itself, that causes an action for annulment. This law presupposes that the injured party is off in good faith. In other words, he does not know of such a fact at the time of marriage. The fraud should be existing at the time of the marriage, not subsequent. The injured party can only file for annulment of marriage on the ground of fraud after its discovery by him or her. After such period, or the 5 year period, the marriage can no longer be annulled based on those grounds and will make the marriage valid and subsisting. The marriage can also become valid and subsisting by freely cohabiting with the other party. after the discovery of such fraud.